Hello everybody, welcome back. So I thought today we'll just have a look at Ancient Cities map. So you can see it covers most of Europe, even a part of Russia here at the far east. And the map is actually very dynamic. You have your two big eras, which is the Mesolithic and Neolithic. You can see there is a few changes when you select between the two maps, but the big changes is here at the bottom, where you can see the water, the ice, and everything changes. So you can start at 10,000 BC, a lot of Europe, and the map is covered in ice, which can bring a lot of difficulty to your game depending on how you want to play. And another thing is, if you look at the water, look how the water expands. Okay, there you go. How the water expands. So for example, if you build a village somewhere here at the top, and then as you play the game, you're under risk of flooding. Or even here at the bottom, you can see there's no water there, and then all of a sudden, water just pops up, which will mean you will flood your whole village. And let's go to the Neolithic as well. See the differences. You can see the whole map changes. So I wonder what will happen if you build your village on the edge and you run out of time. The interesting one is on the map, as you can see, if we go back to Mesolithic, we go back 10,000 BC. Just get that. You can see England or Britain or the United Kingdom, if you want to call it, is connected up here. So if you build your village there, and as time progresses, you will also be flooded, because you can see how the sea level rises and will take you out. So depending on where you want to play, what age, what difficulty, and this block you see over here, this is the big area that, let's say you choose Britain, for example, UK, or even a part of Ireland and so forth up here. This block is where you will be able to migrate to in-game. So for example, if you start a game anywhere, let's say you start it up here somewhere, then at any time you want to migrate, you can migrate to the other areas. And that's it. So you will not be able to migrate to France or wherever later on. So this is very, very important when you start your game, to select your territories that you want. And also on the map, depending on what year and so forth, like I mentioned, you might drown your village, or you might not have certain food sources and so forth and so forth. So a lot of area is covered, let's say from Ireland over here till Russia over here, where you can play a little bit of Russia, depending, like I said, on what year you play. So this is the biggest I think the map can get. So it goes up here, down here to Georgia about, and up here you have a little bit of Moscow, but it does cut out China and places like that. And unfortunately, currently no Africa is included in the map, no matter what year you pick. So Africa not yet, or Northern Africa is not currently, so you cannot play currently as Egyptians, for example, or Northern African here at the top, Algeria, Liberia, Egypt. You can unfortunately not play as that currently. I usually like Neolithic, but let's, for example, try, let me just show you guys the map. Let's go there where Europe is still, or the UK is still connected to, let's see, there it starts to split. Let's take our map to right where the split is supposed to happen. Okay. We must change this a little bit. Let's leave it. 10,000 BC, there's a lot of snow. Let's start our tribe so I can show you the map further. But if you guys want to know, there's not Asia is not really covered. Moscow, no Moscow. Russia is a little bit covered. Like I mentioned, the furthest you can go down here is Georgia. You just miss Azerbaijan and Armenia, I think. Just miss it. And then up here you have parts of Russia. And then you're mostly, like I mentioned, the map is mostly Europe. No Africa yet. Hopefully they will expand it a little bit later on so you can have a little bit of Africa. Maybe even Iraq, Syria. It would be actually very nice to build here at the bottom as well if they can expand the map a little bit. And another thing, guys, I believe Ancient Cities is currently 35% off. If you guys want to or have that extra money and you've been looking at the game, now would be a very good time to get Ancient Cities. Is on 35% off up until the 24th of October. So if you guys always wanted to get the game, now might be a good time to get it, since it's a lot cheaper than it usually is. Okay, but let's go into that part of the map. Okay, let it just load. Okay, let's just pause it. Okay, so now you guys will see there on your map that you have. Let me just move it. So that square that you selected, in that square you can now put your tribe anywhere you want. Unfortunately, it's not a zoom out a little bit further, but now anywhere, there's other tribes on the map as well. But now you can decide. See, there's already a town also settled. So now you can move your people to wherever you want to. So we do know this map is going to split at some stage somewhere. So if we want to put ourselves on a risk, we can move down here. I always like my double rivers. So this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, you can actually zoom in. This is going to be an interesting part. Let's see if we can get a little bit of that lake in as well. This is going to be an interesting map. Let's go there. But as I mentioned, you can see that square. You can at any time move your village if you run out of food or whatever the case is, where you started your village. So nothing stops you from later moving or trading and raiding other tribes if you need food and stuff. You can see here they have beetroot and they want honey. Let's check this guys out. So at least some of the farming food, some of the villages have it. This one is actually supplying the new one, kale. But okay, so let's just go and see how the map will look. They really work hard on these maps. You can see the split is, I believe, already started to happen here. So we will be under massive risk there. Okay, so let's check the map out. I am still paused. Here's our river. Here you can see the big stuff start happening. Lot of water. You can see the other areas there as well. But you can only now stay in that small area that you picked as well. It also gives you a square you can stay in. I really like my rivers over here. Build up here so they can go both ways. And maybe go a little bit closer here. There's a lot of trees and stuff. You might even be able, if you build up here somewhere, you will get both rivers and a little bit of the ocean. It will be a very, very good area to build. They really worked very hard on the maps, I must say, and I really love it. And like I said, you can always, I don't know, let's see, if you cannot go to the map now, I believe you have to set your people down. Like you see there they are. Let's see if we can, and we can immediately migrate again, I think. Yes, you can. So if you're not happy with that area, you can always migrate again. There you go. Let's see, it's night now. Let's just get it to die. Oh, it's not gonna happen. Let's just put them down here for now. And let's rush it. Poor people don't know what to do. They're running around everywhere. And it looks like it's snowing. No, it's almost 0. Okay, so as you guys can see, I chose this big island over here. And unfortunately, I won't be able to get to that side. But the map is really dynamic, and depending how and where you play, it will tell you what food sources you have. You will find out what food sources you have. And that's it, guys. Like I said, I just quickly wanted to show you guys the map and how dynamic the map is, and it does change while you are playing. So you will location. It's very, very important for Ancient Cities. If you're going to have a rough time, or if you're going to have a decent time, there's no easy maps. But to make your life easier, I usually try to get 1 or 2, maybe 3 rivers, maybe a little bit of ocean if you really want to get as much food and stuff as you possibly can. And of course, I like the new Liffik, where you got most of the tools and stuff, or where you can build everything. So depending on what age you want to play, and then of course depending on how your tribe turns out, which you get. If you have a bad leader at the start, it could be a nightmare. If you get a bad leader later on, it could cost you. But that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.